Boys and girls. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Who was that? Me?
No, that was God, I think.
Yeah, I'm so embarrassed. I am so embarrassed.
Weather report for Friday, July 16th, 2021. And Gutsick Gibbon is doing a premiere at 4:30. So that's in 30 minutes. I did not know that. I did not see that coming, Erica, but that just proves my point. These two are terrorists. Dr. Dan and Erica are terrorists. They've been terrorizing creationists.
Yeah, they're terrorizing our notifications.
And us, yeah.
So
I mean, I have pictures. I have depictions of Dr. Dan and Erica on the thumbnail today. Obviously, terrorists. Like Rob Carter did an article on him, which they did a video on. But boy, he was upset with them. Don't you think?
Carter was?
Yeah. All because they criticized him.
Yeah, I know. Poor thing.
They don't like that criticizing.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that he went on about Mendel's accountant, and according to Dr. Dan, he didn't even mention Mendel's accountant. And we've been looking at the code for that. At some point, we're going to have to spend the time to go through that code and recreate that program in such a way that we can see what it's really doing. Because they keep pushing this program. Now, as far as other people using it, I wonder how much buy-in they've had on Mendel's account. Because they aren't very transparent about their algorithms.
Yeah.
About what they're doing. But I've gotten it to run, and it's got a whole host of parameters that you can put in and things, and produces some interesting graphs and stuff. It's quite a program, but I don't trust it. And gee, why don't I trust this program?
Because the creationists like it.
Could there be bias?
Could be.
Yeah.
Isn't there some hard coding in it? I thought you showed me some of the code once, and there were some really hard-coded values in there.
There are rumors. There are rumors about that, but I haven't verified that myself.
Okay.
So, in fact, I think he pushes back on it in this article a little bit. But let me share the screen here. If I can figure out how to share the screen. So we're probably going to have a short weather report today. I got company, and Erica's going live, and that just disheartens me. Here we go. Okay. Rob Carter gets everything.
Before we get started, we need to put our feelers out. And what's happened to Andrew Cumming? Has anybody seen him lately?
I know. And
is he remaining in Discord land somewhere?
I think Neff has him in the basement.
Must be. Yeah. He's tied up with an apple in his mouth.
Yeah. He finally went over to Neff's one time too many.
Yeah, don't forget, it's a summertime and he's a young man, so, he could be having a little fun.
Yeah.
Out at the beach or who knows,
Yep. Wouldn't that be horrifying to be in Neff's basement?
Yeah, that would be scary.
What if we found out he was in Neff's basement and we had to send Marines in, or Navy SEALs in to get him?
Mm. Well, we could call that guy Sandy Pigeon. He's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, but he's
Sal's buddy there.
He's on the other side, though. We'd be combating him, basically.
But he could maybe talk Neff into praying or something, and
he could negotiate with Neff.
Talk Neff off the ledge or something like that.
Yep. Yeah. So we got this thing here, and We had to read these articles more. They sure are putting out a lot of them, and I think we're missing a lot of them. I think I get email notifications every time they put one out, but I put them in a folder, a special folder, whose name I shall not mention because it's not exactly politically correct. Mm-hmm. Anyway, creationists like Dr. John Sanford, and by association me, Dr. Jeffrey Tompkins, and Nathaniel Jeanson are outside their field and are therefore unqualified to be discussing things like genetics. Well, they're outside of the current literature in the field, I think. They all sound like it. They don't seem like they're qualified, and they're certainly disqualified because of bias. I mean, if you're, it just doesn't work. Methodological naturalism doesn't work if you've already decided that God did it. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah.
Yep. So they talk about Mendel's accountant here, and then they show a little graph because he ran one. I should be able to do that. I should be able to simulate that. So let's see. Beneficial mutations are set to 0.0001. Interesting. A brief detour. It's worth reading. I haven't been able to watch the entire video. Anyway, the video is linked in the description. Everybody should go check that out and maybe learn a few things. And I don't know. That's about it. And then we linked Dapper Dino did one which Scott watched, right? Did you watch it, Scott?
Yes, I did. It was at 7:00, I think, before Central Standard Time, before Erica and Dr. Dan's live stream, and it was just really good. He went into some of the geology of the Grand Canyon, basically debunking a Canadian Creation Ministries International video that they have, and then it went into the just some of the practicalities of if the Ark had been actually real, just using elephants and the different kinds, quote unquote, that would have to be in there, just how impractical and just impossible it would be to be crammed in with all those animals, even if you used the agreed upon size of the Noah's Ark. But he did it really concisely, more concisely than I just did, and used the actual math and things like that. It was cool. It just was really impressive.
Yeah, I bought this book, and it's designed for laymen. It's called The Grand Canyon Monument to an Ancient Earth, and I believe it is by a Christian. It would be either an old Earth.
I think, speaking of terrorists, I think Erica interviewed that person.
Really?
Yeah.
Carol Hill or Greg Davidson? Is that one of them? Tim Hellable, Wayne Ranney are the editors.
Let me go look through her past shows. Okay. And I'll try to find that for you.
Oh, okay. So they got a whole bunch of different authors in here. So there's a whole bunch of different articles. And Stephen Mosher, Carol Hill, Tim Hellable, Carol Hill again. Yeah, okay, there's a lot of those. Roger Weens, Brian Tapp, Wolgamuth Ken, Ralph Stearley, Joel Duff.
It's Wolgamuth. Yeah, she had Wolgamuth on there.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. But I'll get those links. And also recently she had a guy on there who I'm not even going to say it. I'll get the links to the shows to you. But yeah, she's done some really good interviews with geologists that even though she's a primatologist, she gets some good brains in there to talk to.
Yep, we haven't even gotten started on that yet, but we're gonna get started on that geology at some point. Let me see here. Do I have an Amazon link? I'm trying to find an Amazon link. We have Google Books. We have Amazon. Anyway, I want to link this book in the description because I think it's pretty cool. And come on, you can do it. You can do this. So everybody's vacationing today, or what are they doing?
Well, Friday, who knows?
It's Friday.
You're a later start. People could be out to dinner
It
or
could be at a
whatnot.
more exciting live stream.
It could be. Just send a link to a Tangelo. He'll probably show up, right?
Oh, I don't know. I did my best to smooth things over. He was very upset the other day, and I tried to
I don't know
smooth
why.
things, but we'll see.
It wasn't. It couldn't have been me that played that Becky Hinn song.
I told him to come and talk to you.
It couldn't
Don't
have been.
give up. Don't give up. You really like him,
No, I miss him.
Yeah.
My boyfriend. Yep.
Peter's pretty upset with him, though. Peter's
Peter's
kind of got mad, yeah.
Yep.
That behavior, that Tangelo just blocked him right out. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. The way they're going after Erica and Dr. Dan, and they made this point in the video. They went after them, and they have done only the mildest things compared to what Maddox and Raw Matt and Standing in Poop have done to. As far as mocking, watch Standing for Truth and Raw Matt.
Yeah,
if you want to see mocking. My God, and Carter goes on his channel without any problem, and John's channel, no problem, right?
Yeah,
that's just
it's okay for that. Yeah.
Like what's with the double standard there, guys? It's like, the mocking tone, the mocking tone is what you do on YouTube if you want to make your video interesting. And the only reason we screw around and do this mocking bullshit, like even my show icon today, is just a way of, a little humor. Because
right. Yeah.
Nobody wants to listen to stuff that doesn't, have any humor in it. So and the whole, and like the thing with me and Tangelo and the Benny Hinn song, it's not meant as a personal attack on him. It's humor, dude. It's like,
right. I tried to say that to him, and he, didn't respond. So I don't know. Hopefully, he'll get over it and he'll show up, and we'll see. But I find standing a piece. He's a piece of shit.
But just from that first sentence I heard from Dave, you guys must have been talking about Otangelo when I came in.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Because just from him saying, well, he'll get over it eventually.
Yeah.
And you definitely can't be the John that we were referring to, right?
Right. Yeah. Do I still have that name? Yep.
Yeah. Are you different, John?
So, I just got your email, and I was like, I saw that you went live, and I was going to come over, but I was, just sitting here being a slug, and then I got your email, and I'm like, oh, shit, the first 10 minutes of the show must not be going very well, so he's reaching out to
you, to lighten things up. Yeah.
But, yesterday, there was 9 and 10 people in here throughout the whole thing, and now there's 3 of you, and now I just got here.
Yeah, we only call you John when we need you. When we need something from you. That's the way we are.
What is the topic of discussion? I don't even remember what the title was.
Oh, it's what is it? Terror. It's basically about Dr. Dan and Gutsick Gibbon, how they terrorize the poor creationists and how mean they are to the creationists, how horrible they have been. Unlike the kinder, gentler Speed of Sound, who never mocks or, says bad things about creationists. Anyway, I'm hoping to show that, to give Dr. Dan and Erica an example of how to treat creationists. So that they don't get this pushback that they've been getting from them, because they are so cruel to the creationists.
Did you send AJ a link?
There's a link to everything. What do you mean?
Did you send him send AJ a link to the stream?
Oh shit, AJ.
He wants his new video to be promoted. I thought let's get him on here to talk about it.
Yeah. We need shit to talk about today.
Yep. I saw it, AJ. Yep.
On the topic of how to treat creationists, I mean, like I said before, people that believe in God, I believe that to be an irrational belief, but that doesn't mean they're wholly irrational. I mean, we owe, as a society, we owe many, many believers, a thank you for the level of our society and our way of life, like from things that they invented and things that they did and everything. But I say all that to say this: when you have people who are so religious and so adamant about creationism that they completely eschew and disregard all science and all seemingly all reason, when it comes to the world around them. I mean, then it's because there's a lot of Christians in the community that I have respect for, that I could have a conversation with, and have done it many times. But when it comes to the Otangelos and the Smoky Saints of the world and Darth Dawkins and all these people that just seemingly look at the world around them and put blinders on and don't want to basically accept reality.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else you can do but ridicule and deride them.
Well, it's kind of interesting, but a belief. A belief is a disposition to answer a question a certain way or to do a certain action, right? Like, I believe right now that there are mad raccoons out in my yard eating all those pistachios I threw out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because I kind of hear some noise, so I have this belief. So if you ask me what's out in the yard, I'll say, well, raccoons. But if I go out there, but now, if for some reason I question that belief, then I open the door and go out there and investigate, and I will find those little tree rats, squirrels running around, right? And now I have to modify my belief. Okay, same thing with Noah's Ark. Okay, if you believe that the fucking world flooded and Noah had an ark and he had 7,000 animals on there, then calculate the amount of shit, the amount of hay that goes into 7,000 animals and the amount of shit that comes out the other end, and then figure out whether or not 6 people can actually pull that off and whether you can pull that off in an ark. But if you do all these calculations, you'll probably find out that your belief is false real quickly.
Yeah, just because of the methane thing, they would have suffocated, No. But the other interesting thing about it is, you named a number that it says in the Bible that they supposedly had 9,000 animals on the ark.
7,000. Yeah,
7,000. Okay, and then so these people that we're speaking of, this certain segment of Christianity, doesn't believe in evolution. Yet they accept it because the ark left with 7,000 animals, and in 4,000 years' time, we have all this additional diversity.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
Then there's another brand of creationist, the scientist creationist, that will do that calculation and find out, oh, we got a problem here. And then they will go ahead and they'll start creating things like Ken Ham came up with that, some sort of was it an air system in the middle, or no, it was something to stabilize the boat, and they came up and they come up with all these different things, like, okay, radioactivity had to be faster, and this had to happen, and that had to happen, and they handle each problem. But when you have a belief that, okay, like my belief that there are raccoons out in the yard eating the pistachios right now, it's not that big a deal if I change to squirrels. But suppose if I change to squirrels, well, then I had to vote for Trump in the next election, right? Suppose it was a much bigger deal. It was more entwined in my life. Well, then I instead of looking out the window, I would sit here and I would try to come up with all kinds of reasons why the raccoons were up in the middle of the day and crap like that. So they use science as much as they can to try to fill in all these gaps. And if you listen to Standing for Truth and Raw Matt, they're just full of this shit. I mean, absolutely full of it.
It's important to note, though, too, is what you're saying is what they do is they utilize science, but they bastardize science and then utilize it, because what they're doing is they're starting with the conclusion and then going out there and trying to find, science or, making up scientific ideas to fit the conclusion they've already come to.
Yeah. They because they want to hold on to the belief, and then if they hear something or read a paper, and there are that black stuff on papers, that's the words.
Yeah.
They will occasionally only see the white stuff because they can sense intuitively that their belief is being threatened by facts. And as soon as you think your belief is being threatened by facts, oftentimes a belief will have you look away or shut your mind off to the point where you kind of skip over that detail. And what I mean by details for the Noah's Ark thing is I want a fucking timeline, and like day by day, blow by blow, like they give you in this book that I was talking about, Monument to the Grand Canyon. I think they got a whole timeline for the Ark here. And they actually print it out and they go through and they try to work out some of the details. But they won't do that unless you put their nose in it, right? Drag them into it.
I mean, and then plus, I don't remember where I saw this. It was like, it must have been on a website somewhere, or maybe it was during one of these streams or something, where they actually, ran the engineers ran the numbers of the Ark itself.
Yeah.
And showed that the Ark itself would not have been seaworthy.
Yeah, and then of course they talk about, was it in Japan where they built an Ark model and it was seaworthy or something? They have a comeback for that.
And there was a guy that built one, right? There was the best wooden shipbuilder basically on the planet built one to the specifications, and it was not seaworthy.
But they claim they have some model that shows that it's seaworthy.
That was sometime in the 2000s. I forget what year that was. It was, I think early 2000s that guy did that or something.
In this book here, on the 17th day of the second month, fountains of the great deep burst open and the floodgates of the sky were opened. And then they do day 1 to day 40 and then day 40 to 150. The earth was flooded for 150 days or 5 months. Then on the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark rested upon the mountains of Ararat. And then on day 224, the waters decreased continually until the first day of the 10th of the month. What? First day of the 10th month. Okay. Boy, they got this shit laid out pretty detailed in Genesis. And then a dove was sent out. Okay, I thought he didn't have any birds on the ark. Must have kept some doves. A dove was sent out a third time and did not return. Waters abated enough for the dove to live on dry land. So the doves must have been on the ark. What about the fucking crows? Anyway,
Well, they had some doves and some ravens, yeah.
were they prejudiced against crows because crows are black?
Well, so
Did they have crows in that area?
I don't know.
Yeah.
why wasn't there a mass extinction of fish? Because if the whole world flooded, then either freshwater waterways or saltwater waterways, one or the other would have been fucked up because they would have been commingled.
They got something about that too. They have they have these little one-off comebacks on all those things. I think they found some fish that look it can live in brackish water or something, or some fish that can be switched from one to the other. I heard one of the things. Okay, then on day 314, they're very specific. The ground was drying, but not completely dry. Noah stayed in the ark until the ground was dry. Okay, damn, that must have been like boring. Watching the ground dry. On day 365, the ground was completely dry. Holy fuck. So for 51 days, he watched the ground dry. Oh, man. No wonder he had a white beard. The ground was completely dry on day 365. Oddly enough, that's exactly 1 year. Noah left the ark. If the first and last days are included in the total time of the flood event was 365 days, or the length of one solar year. Interesting. And then they go on to show the Grand Canyon and, basically all the layers and stuff. Kind of cool. It's a good book. Probably has a really good, if you really want to get into the geology, this would be a good start. And then proceed from there to actual geology. And figure some of the shit out.
Is there lots of pictures?
Oh yeah, it's like a kid's book. It's really cool. It's got pictures. I can show you. I'm not sure what I look like. Oh my god, who the fuck is that?
I can't even see half of you because of the live thing on the.
Oh shit! Hang on a second.
Live for 2642.
What does it say?
On StreamYard, where it has the little tab up in the upper left-hand corner that says how long you've been live.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And we're all on the one side of the screen that covers the top of your head, which for you is probably a good thing.
Yeah. This is how I go outside because people won't know that I'm bald, which is really cool. So, anyway, this is the book, and here's three pictures in the book. Yeah, let's see if I can find prettier pictures. There are many, many pretty pictures in this book. This is pretty cool. So, and it's like a big child's book. It's really neat. Praised by theologians and geologists alike. Anyway.
You know what, dude?
What?
You should just... You should just go the full Monty, man. Shave that shit off the side of your head.
Okay. What you don't get is this. When I get mad, I go like that. Okay. So how the fuck would I do that if I shaved it off, right? So
crusty.
Creationists.
Crusty the clown.
Creationists. Anyway, I like being able to do that because it scares little children away. And it's fun.
I mean, have you recently said the phrase, get off my lawn?
Oh, fuck, every day. You gotta see my lawn. We mow our lawn twice a year. Our neighbors they got chem lawn out here, and they got all these, they're paying hundreds of dollars a month to keep their lawn just perfect. Our lawn has, fucking big weeds growing out of it.
So you're the trashy neighbors?
Yeah, we get a ticket. I think my son should go mow the lawn once in a while, and I've thought that for 20 years, and he never has. Never in 20 years have they mowed the lawn. Kids today, I just don't get it. I don't understand.
Good for nothing.
It takes 5 minutes to mow the lawn.
I was mowing my lawn today, and I'm like, why the fuck don't I have somebody doing this for me?
I know.
Yeah. I had a lawn service for a while, but it was like, boy, I felt like a lazy piece of shit paying somebody else to do it. I don't know. It just bothered me to, I just felt that made me feel lazy. So yeah, I think I had it for a couple of years, and then I was like, I
love mowing lawn.
I know. I kind of do enjoy it.
Yeah, you get lots of steps in, and
yeah. I mean, I've always been physical. That's I'm do physical labor for work, so that's never been an issue as far as me using it for exercise. I didn't need it for exercise. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But I still enjoy mowing it. Just I don't know, the fresh cut grass. You like the smell of it and whatnot.
So I had a
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I had a 10-acre hobby farm, and it had a 2-acre lawn on it. And I bought, had a riding lawnmower, and I would go out and mow that. And I turned that 2-acre lawn into a 6-acre lawn over the course of 4 years. And it was a perfect indication of my marriage falling apart, because the more my marriage fell apart, the more time I spent on that lawnmower. And my ex-wife's friends would call me the lawnmower man, because every time they drove by on the highway, if they looked into the property, they'd see me somewhere on a lawnmower. And it's like I pretty much spent my life on that lawnmower. I even built, we had a big field, and I even made paths out into the field for the kids to play, like crop circles, sort of shit. Yeah.
So, did you get tired of looking at us? Did you get tired of looking at us?
What?
Oh, because it's just you on
the way you have the screen.
Oh, yeah, I don't like you guys doing.
Yeah.
I'm the star of the fucking show. Sorry.
Well, you got that right.
Sorry.
I just did that today too, man. Like, I forget what I was thinking of, and then all of a sudden I'm by myself in my living room, and all of a sudden I burst out, sorry.
I think I even did it with my relatives up north, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. They didn't get the joke. So I lost one sub yesterday, by the way. Smokey unsubscribed.
Oh no! What will you ever do?
I don't know.
It probably was him. You were probably right. It probably was him.
No, he told me he did in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, did? Oh, okay. I didn't realize that yet.
Yeah, because he came in talking shit, so somebody timed him out.
Yep.
And, so look, I mean, like I said, at first I wasn't gonna. Now here's a story I saw today, and tell me what you think of this. All right, so there's this TikTok video out of this woman bitching. Now, after the fact, she said she was just joking, but if you watch it, it doesn't seem like she's joking. I mean, unless she's the Meryl Streep of TikTok videos. But so the thing she was bitching about is she was in line at, I don't know what it was, the drive-through of some fast food place. And so the person in front of her paid for her order. And I guess this is something people do, like, and then so she didn't want to, she felt obligated. She paid for the person behind her's order, and she was bitching because the guy in front of her had paid for her order, and it was $10, and then she paid for the car behind her, and it ended up being $30. Now the whole premise of this story here is, they're calling it pay it forward.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not pay it forward. Okay, buying some motherfucker in line their lunch. That's not what pay it forward is. Okay, pay it forward is like, doing good in society. Like, pay it forward. If you're doing good in life, pay it forward and do something. Help somebody else out. It's not buying coffee for people. Right. For some reason that just kind of ticked me off, that they were, first of all, that she was bitching about this, and secondly, that they're calling it pay it forward. Like, I thought it kind of bastardized the actual meaning of pay it forward.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of cool. Every now and then you'll see that in the grocery store. Like, there are people that go in there with 100 coupons, and they're obviously, and they pay with change, and, they're digging in their, digging in their wallet for money, and somebody will come along and say, hey, forget about it, I'll pay it, because the really cool thing is with people who have money, like if somebody is making $200,000 a year and they have $20, that does $20 doesn't mean shit to you if you're making $200,000 a year. But if you hand that $20 to a person who's making $700 or $1,000 a month on disability, that $20 grows in value about maybe 5 or 10 times as you pass it down to the other person. And that is fucking cool.
Yeah. I mean, myself, I don't even make $14,000 a year.
Yeah, I mean,
Like 13 and a half. And I don't even give a shit about, that small amount, 20 or less. And like, I'm always a sucker for, and I haven't done it in the last several years because I wasn't driving, but I'm usually a sucker for the motherfuckers that are standing outside
with the signs,
the entrance to Walmart or something like that. Need to feed my kids or something like that. I mean, I've given people like that money. I've a few times in my life I've taken people like that into Walmart with me and loaded up a cart for them and shit like that.
Oh fuck! I was going to my philosophy meetup, which is downtown Minneapolis, right where the riots and everything are and the protests are happening. And there was a guy with a sign, with a guitar out there and a sign, and he was singing a Neil Young song, and holy shit, was he good! And so he got paid. He got paid. I don't give a shit if he was doing it for money, but then I run into some guys once at a club that I go to. That club I go to. I run into some guys that were talking. They were talking to each other, and they were all professional panhandlers, and they make $30 an hour on average. So that's like 60,000 a year panhandling. Yeah. And they were talking about you gotta have the right look, you gotta have the right sign.
Well, right, and then so like as soon as you talk about that, the first thing I think of is an old Barney Miller episode. You remember when they arrested the panhandler?
I can't remember that.
Yeah, they arrested a panhandler, brought him in, and then he got his one phone call, and he called home and got the maid. And the maid put his wife on, and
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to check that one out. But the Harris incident, is it called the Harris incident? No, something else.
Yeah, I don't remember. All I know is he made mad bank on panhandling.
Yeah, but good for them. It's a job. Relieve the asshole middle class of some of their goddamn money, which is well, I won't say it.
I mean, I like the people though, that are able to, you're talking about that guy who was singing, it's not like you got some value for your money there.
It was entertaining, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, God, he was good. He was just fucking great. He shouldn't have been on. He shouldn't have been on the street. He should have been in a club.
So. Another thing I saw in the news today, and I know Leo's not here, but I think Scott knows about this kind of shit. There was this story that I really didn't read the whole thing, but it was somebody that was asking a question. I've always wondered, why are the stars, planets, and moons round when comets and asteroids aren't?
Oh my God, what is that noise?
Oh, sorry. I'm not muted. I was getting my my lens cleaner.
Oh, I thought midnight was here eating chips.
Nope.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So do you have any idea about that, Scott?
It's gravity. Yeah.
Gravity.
What?
There's enough mass that there'll be enough gravity to pull it in more densely, and it'll begin to resemble a spheroid.
Yeah.
If it's smaller, like a comet or an asteroid, usually it won't have that kind of center of mass.
There's some pretty big asteroids out there, though.
Not that big. Gravity's pretty weak shit. Gravity is weak sauce.
So I mean, how big? So it's got to be the size of
the moon,
Pluto or bigger, or the moon or bigger.
Yeah, something like that. And then of course, those things were molten when things collided together. They were melted. And if you take molten stuff and put it in a vacuum, it will, with its own gravity, it'll form a sphere automatically. In fact, water droplets kind of do that with surface tension, though there may be physics that I don't know about, but anyway, they will form little round spheres by themselves.
Well, yeah, and I don't think that has anything to do with gravity, but yeah, I've seen them do that on the space station where they'll let some water go and it forms into a perfect round bubble of water.
Yeah, I think they did some gravity experiments with salt crystals and things like that in zero G, and they started clustering together. Clusters. I don't know if they didn't form round clusters, but anyway, gravity is weak sauce, so it just.
Did everybody get a chance to see what's his name, Branson, go into space a few days ago, a week ago?
I watched some of his Colbert stuff, Colbert interview. Yeah. Yep. He was up there for a minute or so.
Yeah, it was really quick. Yeah.
Colbert.
Yeah. I watch Colbert every day.
Well, no, but I mean, what? So what? Oh, he had Richard Branson on.
Yeah. After the launch. Yeah.
Yeah, people were ragging on some reporters and stuff that were kind of getting emotional about that. They were because they thought it was so cool, like people that were into that space shit, and then what's her name? S.E. Cup or whatever her name is. She did like a little piece I saw on the news today where she was talking about how when we landed on the moon that Walter Cronkite, for like the only time in his career, took his glasses off and got like a little emotional over it.
Yeah. So they were picking on the reporters because they got emotional?
Yeah.
What the fuck's the problem with emotional?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
Like they're trying to say it wasn't that momentous of a moment. Why are I don't know.
Yeah, I get if I watch some spiritual show or fucking supernatural show, or like even a religious show where like Oh God or something like that, I tear up. I'm a fucking atheist, but I can still feel things, right? I mean, the wonders of a miracle happening when somebody's really down and out, that makes you tear up whether you're an atheist or not. I
remember that old Twilight Zone episode where Art Carney played like a bum who ends up being Santa Claus, becoming Santa Claus.
Yes.
That one always got to me.
Yeah. Those shows just really, and the older I get, the more, like, I think at around 50, I started crying during Bell telephone commercials or AT&T commercials, right? I mean, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Another thing is really weird. When Close Encounters of the Third Kind came out, I don't know what it was about that movie, but I went and saw it 13 times. And the last 12 times were by myself because my wife wouldn't come. And I got so that I would just cry because of I don't know, the incredible, I don't even know what emotion you'd call that, this thing about, these aliens coming down. It's just like, I had trouble. I had to quit going to the theater because it was getting hard to cover up the fact that I was tears streaming down my face. I don't know what it was, but that just got to me.
Did you ever watch that movie with Kevin Costner and Holly Hunter, Field of Dreams?
Oh,
yeah.
Had James Earl Jones and Burt Lancaster in it.
Yeah, actually, that was that ball player was from Chisholm, Minnesota, and he was a real person. And Chisholm, Minnesota is about 2 miles from where I was, 3 miles from where I was up north. And yeah,
every time it gets to the point where Kevin Costner says to, I can't remember the actor's name who played his younger dad, and he goes, "Hey, Dad, you want to have a catch?" I just break out crying. I just can't. I can't not do that.
Yeah,
it just touches me all the time. Yep. So there's always
wasn't that the same actor that played Henry?
Ray Liotta.
Yeah, he played Henry in Goodfellas. Yeah.
Are you guys soy boys?
Why?
I don't know, because that's what Maddox says we are. If you cry or show emotion, or anything.
Well, I mean, I've eaten soy and drank soy in my life, so I guess that makes me a soy boy right there. So
I love soy sauce. So I'm a soy boy.
I mean, I've had things with what's that shit called? The meat substitute that comes from soy. Tofu.
Ooh.
I've had food
Ooh.
with tofu in it.
Yeah, I just
Soy milk. I stopped drinking soy milk though when I read that it can make your tits bigger.
well,
Well,
that's a
isn't it
belief.
like for people who are on that keto diet? Don't they advise them to keep away from soybeans and actually beans and lentils and everything? I think.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because there's a lot of protein in beans, but there's also a lot of carbohydrates in beans. But they're still good for you as long as you're not.
Yeah, they're pretty complex carbs, though.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know, guys. So, what's happening today? Maybe we could shoot it in the head early today. Erica's doing a premiere right now, and everybody's probably over there watching that. What do you think?
Probably. I guess we're just not good Friday entertainment. Maybe
No,
we need to have like a virtual
Wait a-
pub crawl.
It's Good Friday.
It's Friday,
Well,
but every Friday is a good Friday. Don't you think?
Did
I
you
think so.
watch any of Sal? Sal did a stream. He's still doing that crap on his church there.
Yeah. Did you watch any of last night? I didn't. It's kind of boring. He had about 10 comments on that stream.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that. I watched a little bit of it just to see today's stream, and see he had that Sandy Pigeon on there, and he said something kind of interesting that he was, that like the agenda of that church was to change the secular DC, like basically. I don't know what the hell he meant by that, but I found that.
DC?
Yeah, because what that main branch there of the church. What's the name of the church? McLean's Church is located in DC, right?
Okay.
And so I think it's that area and that's where Sandy Pigeon is from, and Sal lives close to there too, I believe. Right? I'm not sure how far away Sal
Yeah,
lives.
he does.
Anyway,
Sandy
but-
Pigeon.
yeah, and he. So anyway, that it was basically he was saying that was kind of like part of their focus. That the church's focus is to
Secularize.
basically to go after government, right? I mean, the mainstream government. They have, he claims they got all kinds of. They got senators and. Of course, he's a an ex-Navy SEAL, so I'm sure he knows a lot of government people. Probably people in FBI, CIA, all the senators and this and that. So he claims a lot of them go to that church, and basically the way he sounds, the way he was talking there, that church wants to influence all of Washington D.C.
Great.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
Is that his real name, Sandy Pigeon, or is that a screen
No,
name?
that's a
What's the
screen
real
name.
Oh, it's a screen name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what his real name. I don't think that's his real name. I mean,
So-
it could be Sandy. Could be his first name. I don't know, but I doubt it. I don't know.
I
So
think
from
he's
the-
a Navy SEAL that
Yeah,
had PTSD and he ended up finding God or something.
From the-
maybe.
check this out. From the School of Speed's How to Grow Your Channel Successfully, he puts a link in the chat, says it's Erica, and says go watch Erica.
Yeah, what the hell? Well, it's that whole, I guess if I do the right thing, maybe people will watch me my fucking channel someday. I don't know. I gained 2 viewers since I said that. Must be doing something right.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, I'm down to 10 again. One of them took the bait.
Yep.
Oh shit. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was kind of Pigeon and Sal were going on and on about the church, and
Well, I want to listen to that part of it because, and the other thing that I've noticed is, if you listen, and I encourage Dr. Dan and Erica to go, who are both over on Erica's channel right now, unfortunately. I encourage them to go and listen to what Sal says during his religious programs, because they may not be so happy to vote him #1 creationist if they hear some of his homophobic and other comments. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, and then his
he's careful.
His views on the evolutionary development of mammary glands is quite interesting too.
Yeah. Look at the woman's area.
Yeah, so
why don't you bring that up and we can watch a little bit of it?
What's that?
The stream that Dave was talking about.
Sandy Pigeon said that right at it should be right at the 15-minute mark. It was live when I left it, and I did timestamp it. So it was right at the beginning that he said that in the first 15 minutes of that video today. It was today's earlier.
Let's have a look-see. So it's McLean Bible College D-Day 3. So on Sunday they're doing the vote, right?
Yeah, it should be D-Day 2, I thought he added on today.
Oh, today will be D-Day 2. Yesterday was D-Day 3. Oh, today or yesterday? He did one today.
Today, yes. That was the one I saw. He was live earlier today. I don't know does he have it? I didn't check to see if he has it up on his channel, but
well, sometimes it takes a while to render.
Yeah.
You're right.
But you could bring it up, Dave, because you watched it, so it's in your history.
Right.
So you could bring it up in your history and send Mike a link, or you could share your screen.
Yeah.
Or I could just share the screen, right?
Did you find it?
Do you have it? Because okay, good.
Yeah, I found it.
All right, good. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. I did that while I was talking about it. I was actually looking in my history. I'm like, okay, where the hell is it? I couldn't, but yeah. So.
Yep. What do you think I am? You think I'm some kind of a loser, John, that I can't find a video?
Dude, you were saying you couldn't
I'm
find
like, okay, is that a fucking ageist thing?
No,
I took that piece of information that there is security there. Well, there's always been security there. We've always had county policemen there. There's members of law enforcement, secret.
Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Was it at the 15-minute mark or?
Yeah. Well, that started. Well, let's go back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he said he left around 15 minutes.
No, it was right at the 50. I looked at the time when he said that. So it should be, go to like 14:30 and then it's going to be right within a minute of that. I'm pretty sure he says it.
They're being misused.
Well, I don't think
when they shut down the narrative and said, okay, there's going to be order here. It's like, well, that was illegal.
What unfortunately happened was that the staff changed the narrative that people were going to be ejected out of the pews and everything else. Whereas that's an option. However, it had nothing to do with the security that was already in place. They just took that piece of information that there is security there. Well, there's always been security there. We've always had county policemen there. There's members of law enforcement, Secret Service.
Why? Because senators go there?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. That he's talking about security. Yeah,
that makes
a lot
sense
of high-profile people show up, and high-profile people usually will bring their own security. But he says occasionally they'll show up and there isn't, and that's kind of what he's talking about right now.
Okay, so I was confused why there were armed policemen at the church that he showed last week. And so, that makes sense, I guess. Okay.
But that was a different reason, though. Sal was talking, that was for something else.
Okay.
I forget the way, Sal went through a whole thing about that.
It's probably, I know what it was. It was because Gutsick, Gibbon, and Dr. Dan are really mean to creationists.
Yeah, that's probably what it was, yeah.
Okay.
Needs security,
Yep.
that are in the audience that we know about.
FBI.
So because it is McLean Bible Church, and the mission of the church was to change secular Washington D.C.
What the
and
fuck?
that mission changed once Platt came in and slowly started, getting us to where they signed the papers to be part of the SBC. And this nonsense that we're not is nonsense because there's paperwork. Why are we paying dues? But anyway, they changed the narrative that there was a lot of security. There's always been a lot of security there. I used to help run it. So, but so neither here nor there. But it's just. Hi, Erica. How you doing?
Praise God.
Anyway, this whole fight. Oh, by the way, I got to tell you. Before I went out to mow the lawn this afternoon. Oh, there he is. Smokey I told Smokey about it today, and he got to your channel and has been watching this. And trust me, Smokey will grab onto this one and run with it because a lot of guys don't know about that this is happening, and we have to spread the word to let people know that there is a concerted effort now, because just as it is in the school systems, and if any of you have been watching what has been going on in our neighboring county of Loudoun County with with the Loudoun County School Board and the dismissal of one physical education teacher who was reinstated, but he has a court case right now. That is what we call in military parlance a center of gravity. If we lose Loudoun County, the entire framework of what they have used to incorporate critical race theory into the schools is going to be a framework that the rest of the country will use.
This is the new devil worship of like the 80s satanic panic. This is the new one, critical race theory.
So what is incorporating critical race theory into the schools?
Nobody's doing that. Absolutely, nobody's doing that.
Right.
That's a college level thing.
What are they talking about?
This guy sounds like a nut job.
Yeah.
So the reason they're paying dues is so that this goddamn church can influence Washington, D.C. And the government
may mean penetrate the government or whatever, but it's just basically when
that's
DC, Christ, blah blah blah, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So, like, at least he paints a vivid picture with his words. I think he said a few minutes ago, and that nonsense is nonsense.
Yeah, that's vivid. Profound. Oh my God. Okay, well, let me put the link.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything else really that interesting. So that was that. Yeah, that kind of threw me for a loop when he said that. It was like, holy shit. Yeah.
Pigeon. Okay, I'm gonna call this description Sal and Pigeon taking over the government.
Exactly. They're taking the whole country over.
Well, he was absolutely giddy when he noticed Smokey was in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, some of them they informed Smokey. And I think Smokey didn't know about any of this, and Smokey is now making a big to-do out of it or whatever, So
you see what Smokey says here? Thanks to Sandy for making me aware of this today.
Yeah.
I will be looking into this further and covering it on my channel. So what is he going to cover? The lack of the ability of the McLean Bible Church to take over the government, or is he going to cover critical race theory, or both? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll make biscuits and gravy again.
Well, they're not doing a very good job, because the numbers at that church had gone down by thousands.
Yeah.
Like cut it in half, or even less than half of what it had been. I think it was like 12 or 14,000, and now it's down to like 4,000 or something.
Well, that's because the kids are going out and listening to Evolution when they go to college. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And we can't have that. We can't have that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that's
This Sandy Pigeon is he's got a PhD in theology, historical theology. He's big into the historical part of it.
He's big into proving the what is it when they left Egypt and they ran into the desert for 40 days?
Exodus,
40 years.
Yeah,
he has a PhD in theology. Well, guess what? I have a roll of toilet paper in my bathroom.
Yeah, that's about what that's worth to me too. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So, anywho,
can we shoot it in the head today?
You can do whatever you want, Speed.
It's Friday. I have company. I could. So, what do you think?
We I mean, like, yeah,
we got nothing.
Like usually, I can blather on, and I don't even have anything to say.
Yeah, I could blather. I'm good at blathering.
I'm very upset that John hasn't been doing anything to give us some.
I know.
Stuff. I'm sorry, little peepee. Sorry, John.
Well, it's hard to stream out of. It's hard to stream out of the back of a truck.
Right, I think that's what it is. Yeah. So, yeah, he's just having difficulty. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to give him a break.
He's just streaming on his phone, so he can't.
I love how he always says, I was contemplating, or I contemplated, but it's always I was driving the other day and I was contemplating.
Yeah.
He's always driving and contemplating.
Yeah. He does a lot of that when he's delivering Burger King.
Yeah.
Well, and the crazy thing about it is like, and I was calling myself out on this the other day. You should not be contemplating when you're driving.
No,
you should be fucking driving.
Yeah, that's why he went in the goddamn ditch, John.
Yeah.
That's I mean.
Yeah, well, that's why the road dropped out in front of me.
Yeah,
he didn't notice
what happened?
Contemplating the road.
Yeah, he was contemplating. He saw those metal plates, and he went, "Holy shit!" And he slammed on his brakes, and then the metal plate slid, and he went right in the hole.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
He was probably looking at a tree with a leaf and saying, "Oh, I was contemplating God's complex leaf."
Yep, God saved his ass. Yep.
Yeah. Surprising that he saved his ass, but anyway, when you have a brain that small, you shouldn't contemplate so much.
Yeah. I wish he would do a little more, so we'd have some, a little bit of fun.
Well, we need that. I mean, standing for truth, he's a lot of work, to tell you the truth. Because it's in an area, like Sal Cordova stays in an area of proteins, which is right where I live. But standing for truth, he's all about, mitochondrial DNA and Y chromosome, which is not where I live. So I have to do a whole lot more homework, but we really should go after standing for truth because he puts out content constantly.
Oh, so, tons of it.
I think we're going to have to do the homework and put it together. So, okay, guys, I'm gonna.
He's got I don't even want to promote any of his stuff, but he's got there's a debate tonight. Ken Hovind is debating on his channel tonight.
That is so boring.
But he's debating the theist, Smokey's buddy there, Dr. Kenny Rhodes there.
Oh, really?
They're debating the old Earth, young Earth, old Earth.
Yeah, the problem with that is Hovind never says anything new. It's like a script from 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find him using the exact same words.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't find that Kenny Rhodes to be all that. He just doesn't seem. He's got a PhD, but he doesn't seem all that intelligent. So for some reason, I don't foresee him doing well, even defending old Earth for some reason. I don't know. I'd have to watch it to see, but
he'll be defending. Oh yeah, old. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's old Earth and Hovind is young Earth. Yeah. So.
Yep. So Myth Vision podcast just went live with the early church orthodoxy versus heresy. So I don't know if anybody. Myth Vision is pretty good place if you want to learn about the Bible.
Yeah, he does a lot of good stuff on that.
Does a lot of really.
We're gonna hook you up with him, Speed, one of these days.
Yeah, I know. We still have to do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
So,
So I'm going to shoot it in the head, guys.
yep.